Bamboo set number 3. Once again, the same as the others. This one is $330 for 5 pieces of bamboo. Shipping, I expect, by Japan Post EMS would be $100, give or take $20 or so in either direction. Let me know your country and stuff, and I can give you a more accurate shipping estimate. But so 330 plus shipping. Let's see what we've got here. This one. First one, nice kind of dark caramel colored flute, very straight, very straightforward to make, nice and standard looking bore size, and no damage to the wall that I just bumped. Yes, what I wrote down seems to be accurate. This would be something like a 1.65. The nodes all seem to fall in just the right places, so that would be no problem. Very comfortable 1.65, or if you made a Giotti flute, you could cut it down, take out some of the material in the middle there and just make it a straight up 1.6. That's also possible. All right, piece number 2. This is, the bore size is standard. The bamboo itself is nice and fat. It's kind of one of those old school fat looking flutes, and you can see there's a little bit of a curve this way to it. It's not perfectly straight, but mostly straight, candy colored, kind of modeled there. And I think this is how I would make it. I'd let it be a little bit curved here and leave the root to curve up a little bit that way, right? Which is kind of nice. So this would be a 2.0. And the nodes fall in just the right places for that. So nice and comfortable 2.0 for this one. This next one here is, let's see, it looks like it would be a good 2.1, with the nodes just in the right place. I could not make a 2.2 out of it without putting a hole in the node. So I would cut this off here. I'd cut off the last root and make it a 6 node 2.1. It's a really old piece of bamboo. Nice and thick bamboo, thick walls. This one's a little bit funky in that it's slightly curved this way, I guess. Again, right? You can see that it's not like 100% straight. It curves off a little bit at the top view. But not uncomfortably so, perfectly playable. And it's got a little bit of a like a growth line here. It's not a visible line, but actually a physical line in the bamboo. It's a little bit of a bump in there. I don't know if you can see that or make it out on the back as well. There, that way you can see what's going on there. It's just there. It doesn't really mean anything. Once you put the holes in there, it doesn't really have any effect. So, but it's a feature of the bamboo, I suppose. Piece number 4. This is one I was actually kind of looking forward to making, but I have a limited room in the studio right now, and I'm moving the studio, so I decided to kind of get rid of a little bit of my excess bamboo. This has a very surface level crack in it. You can see that. You see this? Right, there's a line that's been already filled in. I filled that in, and it goes up here as well. And it seems to be just on the surface of the skin. If you look where the root is, it goes down to here, and then there's nothing, right? So my hope for this one is that it's actually quite solid and just had a little surface level crack in this. Where I'm making the flute out of it, I would probably go ahead and put a couple bindings on it though, just to be sure. As I said before, it's bamboo, and I can never guarantee anything 100%, but I would expect this one to be okay as long as you made it with some bindings on it. This would be a good 2.1. Nodes are in just the right places for it to make a 2.1 very comfortably out of it. It would be a 6 node 2.1. The other thing I like about this is it's wide this direction and kind of flat this direction in just the right way to make it so it's got the kind of like flat holding style to it. So that's something that's nice about this bamboo. It's also kind of nicely modeled, right? Like so. So cool. And piece number 5, this is like, well, what do you want to do with this? It's a big, long, fat piece of bamboo. You can do what you want with it. I don't know, it's got a lot of nodes. See, you got, I mean, you could almost make like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You made a 7 node. You could make like a 1.2 out of it, but you couldn't because it's so impossibly wide at that point that it wouldn't make anything in the second octave. Or you can just make a big, long drone piece of bamboo, right? So there you go. That's part of this set as well. That's piece number 5. All right, so once again, we've got the 1.65, the 2.0, the 2.1, and another 2.1, and question mark, question mark, question mark. All right, and that is set number 3, just like the others, $330 plus shipping. There you go.